Welcome to NIO Studio. Hello learners, in this course we will learn prehistoric art, medieval art, contemporary art and folk and tribal art. Today we are going to look into the topic prehistoric painting of India. First we will learn about the prehistoric art of India. Rock painting, Mirzapur, Panchmari and Bhimbetka. In this lesson we will learn about different types of paintings in the prehistoric age of India. Let's look at the objectives. We are aiming at on explaining the origin of rock paintings in the prehistoric age in India. Identify the sites in different parts of India. Identify the main features of prehistoric art. Describe the basic history of rock paintings, explain the geological terms of the prehistoric age, and finally identify different kinds of rock art. Welcome to the world of captivating prehistoric paintings of India, where we journey back in the time to explore the ancient artistic expressions of our ancestors. These awe-inspiring artworks provide us with invaluable insights into the lives, beliefs and cultures of early human societies that roamed the vast and diverse landscapes of Indian subcontinent thousands of years ago. There are three kinds of main rock art. One is rock painting, other is rock engraving and other is rock brushing. In this mainly we will be looking into the rock paintings. Prehistoric paintings in India are an exceptional testament to the creativity and imagination of our early forebears, who ingeniously utilized natural pigments to adorn the walls of caves and rock shelters. These masterpieces, dated back to the Paleolithic and Mesolithic periods, provide a remarkable window into the mindset of our ancient ancestors, revealing their deep connections with the nature, their spiritual beliefs and the world around them. As we embark on this archaeological journey, we shall uncover the evolution of artistic techniques and subject matters through different periods of prehistory. From the striking imagery of wild animals and hunting scenes to mysterious symbols and abstract motifs, each stroke on the rock face tells a unique story of human ingenuity and cultural heritage. Early men started painting and drawing on the walls of caves during the Paleolithic era. Some 40,000 years ago, many paintings were found from the Mesolithic period, around 12,000 years ago from the present time. Let's traverse through the labyrinth of time to discover and appreciate the enigmatic allure of prehistoric paintings of India, a precious artistic legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue generations of art enthusiasts, historians and archaeologists alike. That period was earliest discovery of prehistory of India. The earliest discovery of prehistoric art in India was made 12 years before the discovery of Altamira caves in Spain. This A.C.L. Carlyle, the first ascents anywhere else in the world. Since then, districts of Chandauli, Sonbhadra, Mirzapur, Allahabad, Maubanda and Agra. In fact, you can find elsewhere in Uttar Pradesh except Gangetic Plains. Rock art in Uttar Pradesh covers a wide span in the time from 7000 BC to the early medieval periods. The early rock art depicts mainly hunting scenes besides giving a glimpse of ancient beliefs, rituals and stories portraying other normal activities such as dancing. They are simple outlines, figures filled with colors. The brushwork is sophisticated for its time, and numerous techniques have been used to enhance the paintings. Khobar, Lorikayan scenes and auspicious handprints are still a living traditions. The painted rock shelters are generally located in narrow gorges of waterfalls or hills ranges, surrounded with teeming flora and fauna, which are at the commanding positions within the steep cliff or at the top of hillock or near a waterfalls. The colors used for painting are mostly different shades of ochres. Sometimes they are light or faded and are seen only when wet. Others are bright shades of blood red, chocolate brown and black. The materials used to prepare these colors is hematite, which is easily available all over the hilly regions of India. Some of the earliest rock paintings are executed in black color too. Outlines of the painted figures are drawn in black or dark ochre. Use of white color for painting is also evident. Scientific analysis of these colors used in these paintings has shown that different shades of red colors were obtained from the oxides of the iron like hematite, black from manganese oxide and white from the kaolin or limestone. These minerals would have been grounded to obtain powder and mixed with water to prepare the color. The tradition for the preparation of mineral colors in tribal and rural areas of India and other countries suggests that beside water, some other binding materials like glue, resin or animal fat and juices of various plants might have been used in preparation of these colors. The use of powder hematite or geru, oil, sindoor, juice of the bark or beans and other local flora to prepare colors is still prevalent among the tribal people of Mirzapur and other areas. According to the folk beliefs, blood of tiger, elephant and other animals was also used in the preparation of these colors. Ancient literature such as Vishnu Dharmottara Purana also states that decoctions of tulsi, bhumimba, champa, kusha and mulchri plants, milk and sindoor provide permanency to the colors. The use of egg and juice of orchid bulbs in the preparation of colors by the Australian Aboriginal artists is well known. Fat, blood and albumin are supposed to be used in the colors in the Ice Age, Europe. The colors prepared with the mixing of diluted blood, melted honey, albumin or vegetable juice is suggested regarding the rock paintings of Levant. The use of marrow, fat to prepare the colors for rock painting is suggested in context of South Africa. Considering the ethnographic traditions and circumstantial evidences, it is probable that the brushes used for painting were made with thick or thin bamboo shoots. animal hair, feathers and porcupine quills, etc. The thin outlines and finer details might have been depicted with pointed brushes, while the body was filled with dark colors. Some of the scholars are of the view that the hollow bamboos, leaf cups, natural pits of the rock must have been used as color pots. You can see in these paintings, it is painted on the ceilings, where you can see deer-like forms which are very flat but also goes very much animated with one figure after the other. You can see the hematite pigments used in this ceiling work, and also here you can find the human figures, which are again of a ochres, yellows and also the hematite pigments. Here you see the column or the line of white which is used for the animal figures, and most of these work were done on the cave walls or the ceilings, where sometimes even the light was not reaching. You can see the group of animals together sometimes you also see the single figures which are painted separately, which could be of a ritualistic figures sometimes, or sometimes narrating a story, sometimes narrating their daily lives, was all part of these narrations. Most of these paintings were done along the sides of the waterfalls. So you can see the streams of changing water lines on the cave walls. And also sometimes these figures are eroded over the time, leaving out a blurred focus on few images. You can also see a very cleared outlines which give a very X-ray images of the animals where something is drawn into the figures, and also you see the kind of tools which the prehistoric men were using, and also you can see a lot of hunting scenes, etc. You see here the dancing figures with the tribal tools which are depicted in their hands, and also you can see a pig-like figure which is part of the hunting scenes. And this picture gives you a very glimpse of how these paintings are executed on the ceilings. You can see the form where the paintings are portrayed. To the left side you see it in the reds and yellows, and to the right side you see the men overlooking the ceiling figures. These are all the pictures or the paintings from the Mirzapur, and you can also see the imprints of hands which are put onto the cave walls along with the animal figures. Now let's see Panchmari. See, here you get to see the use of white figures which are part of the cave paintings, and also you can observe how the prehistoric men have used the volume and the shape of the rock to depict the volume of the animal figures. They are not realistic, but they give a sense of hugeness which the animal has. And you also see a small figures which give a sense of depth within that wall space. Panchmari hills are situated in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Rock shelters are found all over the hills. Many of these shelters are covered with paintings depicting a range of subjects. By popular belief, the name Panchmari is derived from complex of 5 caves. Let us see the examples of row of 5 cows, which is also given in your textbooks. Row of cows is one of the many paintings at this site. It shows a cowherd driving a herd of cows to the pasture. The stylized drawing of these cows is almost geometrical, yet it shows a lot of movement, both in the animals and human figures. Colors here are limited to ochre in the background and white for the figures. In many of the paintings, forms of the wall are arranged in seemingly haphazard. As in this painting, they are not primarily decorative. The effectiveness of the works of art of the individual forms is a result of quality of clarity and balance. Now let's see Bhimbetka, which is very popular in Indian context, and many of us know and might have visited already to look at these beautiful paintings. Human beings gave form to their understanding of experience in the pattern of simple lines and colors. Some experts in the field believe one of the purposes of these paintings were to ensure that they obtained their food by hunting animals. So hunting scenes were made on the cave walls before a hunting as an occult practices. Bhimbetka is situated near Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. There are more than 754 rock shelter caves here. These are beautifully decorated with paintings. There are wide variety themes in these paintings. The rock paintings belong to the Mesolithic period of hunter-gatherers. The painters portrayed man and his relationship with the animals and also with the nature, since the caves are part of these paintings. The human figures are shown with different kinds of animals like bulls, bisons, elephants, wild boars, etc. In this particular figure, you see 2 elephants, and on which there is also one human figure holding a gourd. This was in cave number 3, F23. When you do visit, you do have a personal experience of this, which is right above the eye level, which looks quite animated in terms of its expression, that is painted in white. In Bhimbetka, you also get to see another example of this, where a tiger or a dog figure, sometimes a cheetah figure, are portrayed. Horses with horsemen and a tall bird, etc., which are quite interesting to see all of them in a crowded positions. 12,000 years ago, old rock caves paintings at the Bhimbetka rock shelter reflects these animals, horses and a tall bird, etc., in a very animated manner. Here you get to see another figure which is of 12,000 years ago. A huge elephant with its trunk and a kind of crown which is put onto the figure, which gives a very subtle feeling of volume. Here you get to see a hunting scene with the bows and arrows, men around the animals. Now let's take a break and we will get back to the next slides.
करने राहों को आलोकित करने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने। धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो, मित्रों हम उठे और जागे, मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने। राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का खुला सबकी खातिर, शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर, शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर, दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने,
Welcome back, learners. We were looking into the Mirzapur cave paintings and Panchmari cave paintings. And we were discussing the previous work which I was showing you, that is, in this painting many human figures are shown along with the different kinds of animals. All the human figures hold many types of primitive weapons. The men are going to kill or capture these wild animals. The silhouette forms of figures are full of action. The paintings shown 4 men attacking different animals. Now let's once more have a look at it again. You can see all the figures surrounded with the human men around the animals. They are also taming a horse. It is interesting to compare the human and animal forms from the point of view of completeness with which they are suggested by artistic conventions, like suggesting the gestures of hands, legs, and movement into the stick figures. The appearances of the bow is also very interesting, as it was not found in the earlier period. Paintings like these are still executed by Warli painters of Maharashtra. You can see still the artists paint these figures in a very interesting way, which it reflects the prehistoric approach. Now let's see one of the famous cave art from Central Africa, which also has certainly a resemblance ones which are found in Indian context, where you see a mix of animal figures and also very much painted in a geometric way. Here you tend to see much above the eye level onto the ceiling directly. Here also you can find how the volume has been utilized by the artist, mainly the shape of the rock, which gives a feeling of the animal's figure. These prehistoric rock paintings are in Manda Goli cave in the Enidi Mountains, Chad, Central Africa, where camels have been painted over earlier images of cattle, perhaps reflecting a climatic change. These are interpretations made by the experts, which suggest how the narrative has been built over the cave walls. There is no one particular narration which goes around these prehistoric paintings. As the time passes, many interpretations have been given by the experts, which includes art historians, art critics, art connoisseurs, and also archaeologists. The prehistoric cave paintings of India and the world stand as a timeless testaments to the creative spirit and innate human desires to express and communicate ideas across the ages. These ancient artworks, painted with remarkable ingenuity using natural pigments, holds the keys to the understanding the lives, beliefs and cultures of our distant ancestors. From the Bimbetka rock shelters of India to the caves of Lascaux in France, Altamira in Spain, these breathtaking paintings serve as a portraits to the distant past, inviting us to unravel the mysteries of humans' heritage. The stunning depictions of wildlife, hunting scenes, rituals, and symbols reveal the profound connections of our early ancestors had with the natural world and spiritual realm. You can also try to understand these paintings not simply the purpose for art alone. It had a connection to their daily lives. They portrayed like a diary. They connected to the nature. They depicted the portrayal of their lives around them. Moreover, prehistoric cave paintings offer us an invaluable glimpse into the development of early artistic techniques. The way they have utilized the natural materials especially, and the evolution of human cognition, they represent a crucial milestone in the history of human communication and self-expression, which laid the foundation, showing us that art has been an integral part of our cultural identity since time immemorial. As we continue to uncover and study these ancient marvels, it becomes evident that these preservations is of utmost importance. The fragility of these ancient artworks requires us to maintain a delicate balance between research, conservation, and public access, ensuring the future generation we can also marvel at these captivating wonders. Ultimately, the prehistoric cave paintings of India and the world serve as a bridge between our past and present, connecting us to the shared human experiences across millennia. They remind us of our inherent creativity, curiosity, and adaptability as a species, leaving an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of humanity and inspiring art and culture we cherish today. So let us preserve, cherish, and learn from these irrepressible remnants of our ancient past, for they hold the power to illuminate the trajectory of human history and our place. Hope you have enjoyed this session with all the images which are put into this particular session. You also, let's have a recap of few images which we have tried to look into. First, we have gone through the Mirzapur cave paintings, which would give us a deep sense of human engagement with the nature and the animals around them. Now let's see once more the ideas which the artists have put into it. Let's see it from the information which we have gathered. Looking into the walls of the caves, you can see them above the ceiling. Here you get to see the geometrical figures which have a sense of motion in them with its repetitive figures. In this, you get to see the human figures moving in one linear manner. Here you see the deer figures one following the other. Most of these paintings were painted along the sides of waterfalls. and you get to see the works done on the ceiling with the single or the group figures. And you get to see the minerals which are part of the materials like hematite, ochres and kaolin or the lime. All these Mirzapur figures depict the dancing rituals which are part of this cave paintings. And it particularly these handprints also talk about the ritualistic happenings which were part of the prehistoric men's life. Now let's see the Panchmari. Here we get to see the perspective approach which is shown, like the figures on the ceiling which are depicted in a big size and the one which are on the bottom are depicted in the smaller size, which gives a sense of distance. And also you see the human figures which are in the background which are slightly blurred with an bows and arrows, which certainly points at a hunting scenes. And to catch up and recap, these Panchmari hills are situated in the state of Madhya Pradesh and the rock shelters are found all over the hills. Many of these shelters are covered with paintings depicting a range of subjects. By popular belief, the name Panchmari is derived from the complex of 5 caves. And we have already discussed the row of cows which are painted with ochre in the background and the white for the figures. In many of these paintings, forms of the walls are arranged in seemingly haphazard, as in this painting. They are not primarily decorative. The effectiveness of the works of art of the individual forms is a result of qualities of clarity and balance. And whereas in Bhimbetka you get to see 2 elephants and a man standing on it, which also depicts the kind of daily activities around them. And one another example which we have already seen is the painting reflecting a tiger or a dog, and with horses with horsemen and a tall birds depictions. In these paintings, many human figures are shown along with different kinds of animals. All the human figures hold many types of primitive weapons. The men are going to kill or capture these wild animals, and the silhouettes forms of figures are full of action, and the paintings show 4 men attacking different animals. The prehistoric paintings in Central Asian figures shows the approach taken into the materials, which has certainly a different use of materials. Which are taken from the smaller figures to the different sizes. In the conclusion, the prehistoric paintings of India and the world stand as timeless testaments. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation and also hope you have gathered all the information and details around prehistoric art of India. Keep exploring and be curious. Let's meet again with a new topic. Thank you.
Ah